Hey, how's it going, everyone? How's it going today? It's Coach Alvarez here. Back at you with another episode, Coffee with Coach. Hope everyone's doing good. Up, making some moves, making some things happen. Got the mind in the right place, and if you don't, then we're going to try and help put it in the right place today. So, today I want to talk about one of my students. Highlight one of my students. He's really new, just started. Actually, he had just joined right before. We had to close everything down a couple months ago, and he's just now making his way back onto the mats. And the other day, he had brought up that so we have different memberships, right? So you can come to a couple classes a week, or you can come to like an unlimited kind of option. You know, you pick which one fits best for you as far as your schedule goes, your flexibility, family, all that stuff. You know, how many classes can you really take a week? So we have different options to pick. Well, this is a young guy. As far as I know, doesn't have any kids or anything like that. And so he picked the unlimited option. So first coming back, you know, didn't really make a big deal about it as far as a lot of people go because of everything. Everyone's kind of slowly trickling in. But he brought it up on his own. And he was like, man, you know, I'm paying for this unlimited option and I'm not using it. And he's like, man, I'm telling myself, like, why aren't I going to class? Why am I not taking advantage of what I'm paying for? Which I tell a lot of students, you know, because there's a lot of students, you know, life happens, people get busy and all that the whole thing, and people start skipping classes and stuff. So, you know, we hold people accountable. You know, we have like a system set up to where, like, if you miss 7 days, we reach out to you through text message. Hey, how you doing? You know, we haven't seen you in a week. Everything okay? That kind of thing. And then like 10 days, 14 days, 21 days, 28 days. And then kind of like after that, we'll just kind of spread that out a little bit more. Because if you're not responding by, a month, then we're bothering you. We'll just leave you alone. But we want to make sure that we hold our students accountable. So he got one of these text messages and he's like, man, I shouldn't be getting these messages. Like, why am I getting these messages? Like, I should be going to class. There's really no reason for me to be skipping class. I'm not doing anything. So the other day, he had brought that up, but then he also, we were talking after class because I like it because he listens to these videos, these episodes that I do. So the other day after class, he's like, hey, coach, the student's here, man. The student's here. I need to learn how to do, he wanted to learn how to escape, like back mount escape. And then he asked me about an arm bar and some other things, because the episode I had the other day was when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So when he came onto the mat, he was like, hey, coach, student's ready, man. I'm here. I want to learn this move. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? So, of course, yeah, sure, of course. So we, answered the questions. On the way out of class, I want to say it was Tuesday night, I think. He messaged, hey, coach, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. I was like, cool. All right. See you tomorrow. We're closing up the academy. We're shutting things down. And then we leave, right? So the next morning, which was yesterday, 6 a.m. class, I walk in and he's in the 6 a.m. class, which totally took me by surprise. And actually, a couple other people were in the 6 a.m. class that weren't regulars. You know, we have our little regular crew for the 6 a.m. And we had a couple new students and two guys that I normally see in the evening, don't see in the morning. So I was like, hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. And his reaction was funny. He was just like, oh, coach, I realized when I got home, I checked my schedule that I had to work the next day until 8:30. So that means I wasn't going to be able to come to class. And I had already told you just before we left that I was going to come to class. He goes, so I didn't want to be on the episode, on one of your episodes of Coffee with Coach, with you talking about me, like not really putting his name out there, like on blast, like putting him totally on blast like that. But I get a lot of my episodes from things like that, from scenarios like that. Like, hey, you said you were going to do something, you didn't follow through, whatever. So I'm making an episode on accountability because of the fact that he didn't want to be on the Coffee with Coach episode in a negative way. He set his alarm and got up to come to a 6 a.m. class so that he could get his jiu-jitsu in before he went to work, because he knew he was going to be at work the rest of the day. Man, that's some really awesome, powerful stuff. And the rest of the, I announced that to the rest of the class, and we kind of gave them props and stuff like that, because that's huge. I mean, there's not a lot of people that would do that, As soon as they saw their schedule, they had to work the next day, and then they look at seeing that, they can't make it to jiu-jitsu, and they see a 6 a.m. class, and they have to get up around 5 a.m. to get to the 6 a.m. class, maybe even a little earlier, depending on where you live. You're not going to come to the 6 a.m. class, because some people just cannot stand getting up early. I don't know how many times I've heard, I'm not an early person, I can't function that early, blah, 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 this and that. I've never seen this guy, he's just, he just hasn't came to a 6 a.m. class. Well, he made it happen, okay? In his own mind, him thinking that I was going to put him on blast with that on a Coffee with Coach episode, he just said, you know what? I said I was going to do something. I need to do it. And man, that goes a long, long way. Like your word, accountability, like telling someone you're going to do something and then actually following through with that is huge. So that's a great example for that. And I wanted to highlight this individual. His name is Michael. He's got his mind in the right place. He's making some changes. He's doing kind of like what I was referring to yesterday, with the change is worth the struggle. Like, it's not easy getting up early if you've never really gotten up that early, especially to come in and grapple and, get choked and choke on people and everything else, get armbarred and all that other good stuff. So, but he did what he had to do. So, question is to everyone out there, what is it that you said you were going to do and you haven't done it yet? And big ups and props to everyone that are doing those things that you said you were going to do, whether it's a workout, doesn't matter if it's how hot it is or whatever the situation is or how long you worked, how many hours you worked. If you said you were going to if you told yourself you were going to do something or someone else that you were going to do something, you should follow through with it, right? Make those things happen. If it's some diet changes you were going to make, some healthier eating habits you were going to make those changes. Don't make an excuse. Don't talk yourself out of it. Talk yourself into it, okay? Talk yourself into it like this individual did. Like he said, I'm paying for this membership and I'm not using it. Why am I getting you haven't been there in 7 days message, I shouldn't. He don't have a lot of other responsibilities, so there's no excuse. So he's making those changes. He's going through that struggle and putting those things in place to start holding himself accountable and make those things happen. Same thing with the individual, like I was talking about yesterday, that's trying to get rid of the Cokes or the sodas, and he's starting to get headaches. He's going through that process. He's going through that phase, in that initial beginning phase where it's that struggle, that battle, like, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? And yeah, you should do it. Choose the better option, make the better choice. And a lot of times that's hard to do because we talk ourselves out of things, and we should really talk ourselves into the things that we know we should be doing, the things that are good for us and stuff like that. The 6 a.m. crew also kind of made comments because I make a post. It's the only class that I do that for because we only have those classes like 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And it's an early class, so we have a tight-knit crew, a dedicated crew, but there are days where those individuals do slip. They don't set their alarm, or their alarm goes off and they hit the snooze button and they don't wake up, or them covers and the blanket and the pillowcase is feeling too nice, too comfy, and you just, nah, not today, I'm not going to class today. So you miss out on jiu-jitsu, and we don't have it the next day, So like if you miss out on Friday, you don't have it for like 2 more days. We don't have class till Monday. So I always make a post the evening before, with like, hey, 6 a.m. check-in, Monday or Wednesday, or whatever day it is, comment below who's coming to class, and then I would put, I put like show leadership, because the common thing that I hear all the time from some of those 6 a.m. guys is like, hey, look, if you don't check in and you don't show up, you're in the clear. Not necessarily, because we know that you should be there, and you didn't say, hey, I got to work, or I got a work meeting. And most people aren't really going to work or doing anything at 6 a.m. Most people have to work a little bit later than that. You know, I did work for General Motors. I did have to report to work at 6 a.m., but these individuals don't have to do that. They're not reporting and standing on an assembly line at 6 a.m. They just made an excuse and they just didn't want to come in and do whatever. Maybe it was raining or whatever the case may be. Maybe it's cold. But the common phrase I get is like, well, hey, if you don't comment that you're going to be there, then you're not really accountable. And again, that's not true. You signed up for that 6 a.m. class. You should come to that 6 a.m. class. It's only 3 days out of the week. Wife, kids are sleeping. What's the problem? You just didn't get up and make it happen. You're just being lazy. You're not holding yourself accountable. So I tell these individuals, hey, look, make a comment, post, be a leader. Like, show other people in our group, in our team page that do come to the 6 a.m. class, you're going to show up. What's that going to do? They're going to show up. They're going to comment. Yeah, I'll be there. Oh, look, so-and-so's going to be there. I'll be there. Because what we used to have is individuals make excuses. They would put, oh, coach, can't do it, got to do this and that. So I would make comments on my post. I haven't had to do that at all lately because no one hasn't really done it. But I would make comments like, hey, look, I don't want to know if you're not going to come to class. That's not what I asked. What I asked was, who's coming? Please check in. I didn't ask for the excuse. I didn't ask for whatever the excuse is. I didn't ask for that, because what happens? Excuses breed more excuses. Oh, you feel sore, or you're tired? Oh, I'm tired too. Oh yeah. You know, my elbow hurts. Oh, my shoulder. Oh, you know, my back. And you start thinking about ways to just be like, yeah, you know what? Oh, they're not going. Oh, I'm not going to go either. You know, so be a leader. Okay, be a leader. Be accountable. Like, be that person that people look to. Like, yeah, oh man, they're going. I'm gonna go too, because you know, I don't want to be the one left out. But as soon as you make that excuse, as soon as you make that way out, you know, you give yourself a way out. You give yourself that easy path to go the other direction. What do you think other people are going to do? You want to be that individual that people can go to, but like, yeah, I want to be like that. Not be like, yeah, I'm the one that doesn't say anything. So if I don't say nothing and I don't show up, I don't have to get like, because what I would do is I would make the milk cartons, like the missing milk cartons, and I'd copy and paste their picture in there, and I put in the team page, hey, has anyone seen this individual? Haven't seen them in a while. Let me know if they're all right. If you talk to them, we reached out to them. They're not answering the text message, emails, whatever. You know, it's just a way just to hold people accountable. Like, hey, look, you're paying for a service every month and you're not showing up. Okay. So we could easily be like, I don't know, any other place. I ask people if they train at, you know, whatever fit camp or boot camp or 24-hour fitness or lifetime fitness. Hey, you get emails or you get text messages when you don't show up for your bench press day or your squat day, leg day. You don't get messages. Hey, you're supposed to do buys and tries today, or you didn't get your run in today. The answer is no. They don't get those accountability messages. You know, if you pay and you don't show up, they get the money and they just keep it moving and keep signing individuals up. We want individuals to come to class. This kind of individual I am, hold people accountable. So I just wanted to highlight this individual, Michael, from the other day, because I see him trying. He's got some goals. He wants to lose some weight and get healthier and get fit. And the only way you're going to do that is to take those steps, take action, and make them happen. And don't make excuses. Make the way in, not the way out. So, Michael, I know you're listening to this. I know you're going to catch it later. It's just another motivational thing to kind of keep you on the path, keep you right where you're at, because you are going in the right direction. And much props to you, sir, because that's the kind of stuff that inspires me and motivates me. Could be a new guy, white belt like this guy, doesn't know anything, but he's making changes, and I feed off of that kind of energy. So really good stuff, man. So be accountable. Whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing and you know you're supposed to be taking care of, take care of it. Don't find a way out, find a way in. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day.